Hi Bridge Church, I'm here with Jeremy Sauve, and I'm really excited that he's going to be joining our staff team this year. Jeremy and I actually met 3 years ago at a conference and really kind of hit it off from the get-go.
Absolutely. It's kind of neat the way that the Lord brings people together.
Yeah.
We were both kind of noobs and showed up at a conference about 45 minutes too early.
Too early.
And a volunteer there introduced us to each other and kind of just connected from that point on.
Yeah, it was neat. We were both from the Ottawa area, and that's how she connected us. And I showed up and she said, you're early, and I was like, oh, this is weird. And she said, but there's another guy from Ottawa that's here early. And so we really connected, and through the whole weekend, and since that weekend, really just kind of developed a brotherhood, a bond, and we've talked a lot about ministry over the last 3 years and just prayed for one another, and it's really been an encouragement to me to have that relationship. So Jeremy's coming on staff to oversee both our small group ministry and our young adult ministry, both of which are really important to us and vital to the mission and the vision of the church. So Jeremy, tell us a little bit about both of those areas and why you're so passionate about them and how you see them fitting in with our mission and vision as a church.
Right. I think the first thing that I'm passionate about is community. I believe that God created us for community, to be in community, and community is something that both my wife and I are all about. Having done youth ministry for 10 years prior to this, I've gained a real appreciation for the openness, honesty, vulnerability, and the questions that young people ask.
Right.
And I can't really do the all-nighters anymore, and that's what I appreciate, I guess, about young adult ministry is...
no all-nighters?
No all-nighters. Well, I don't have to be there.
Oh, right,
so
right,
good.
yeah.
But I do appreciate, I think I appreciate the most is the questions that they ask and the vulnerability that they have. But I also understand that in many ways the church has failed that generation. And so I've just become really passionate about seeing them engaged in the church, engaged with each other, serving and feeling valued and having a voice.
Right.
And then with small groups, I just think, as I think it's I forget who said it, but circles are better than rows. And I think for us to grow deeper in our relationship with the Lord, we need to be vulnerable with each other. We need to journey alongside each other. We need to hear each other's stories, and we need to support each other. And that can happen in the context of small groups.
Absolutely.
And so I'm excited to be part of where the Bridge takes that in the future.
I'm excited too, and I think just the relationship that I've developed with Jeremy over the last few years really has shown me the value in community and being able to have those relationships where you can be vulnerable and you can ask honest questions and not even necessarily get answers, but just have the freedom to ask, and in that really find to be loved where you are and accepted where you are, and that's huge. I'm really excited, and hopefully you can hear Jeremy's passion for these areas, and I'm really excited for you to get to know him as I have. But really quickly, Jeremy, why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, and the things that interest you and make you kind of the person that you are.
Right. I like long walks on the beach.
He does.
Cats. No, I don't know where. So I'm born in Arnprior, raised in Renfrew, so Solid Valley.
Totally.
Ottawa is my hometown, but my wife and I, even before I was married, before I met Amanda, traveled all over the world. I've lived in 4 different countries, been to every province except for one and the territories. And I enjoy being active. I'm not really afraid to try new things.
Right.
And so I like extreme sports, board games, and cooking, and cats.
And cats.
And cats. I love cats.
That's good. But you love board games. Like you got to tell them about the board games. This is a big deal.
Yeah, board games. I love board games. I don't believe that Monopoly and Sorry. I apologize to anybody who feels that those are board games, but I don't think they are. Sorry, Scott. I don't know. One of the things I love is since community is so important to me, I love that board games are a vehicle to connecting with people, where you don't have awkward situations. You can just actually do something and then generate conversation without just sitting and looking at each other or at a camera.
Totally, because that is awkward. Right. It's great. I've enjoyed getting to know Jeremy over the last 3 years, and I'm excited for you to get to know him as well as he joins our team, and more importantly, joins our church. He and his wife and their 2 kids. We're glad that they're here.
Once I went whitewater kayaking in Scotland over a 30-foot waterfall and didn't do it successfully. Ended up needing to be rescued, and it took an hour and I had hypothermia. I didn't drink coffee until 5 years ago, and now I roast my own beans. I used to do triathlons, sprint distance triathlons, and I hope to do an Ironman one day.